everybody. Oh, let me make this big here. Let's see. There we go.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Good morning, Joy. What's going on? What's been happening?
Oh my gosh, so much, so exciting. It's a nice April so far.
That's good. So you mean to say it's not snowing anymore?
Today it's not snowing. It might snow tomorrow.
Oh no, still?
Well, yeah, there's still a chance, definitely, of frosty weather in our area. But this year it's hitting a little different so far. So we'll see. But I'm not taking any chances. No, sir.
I don't blame you. I say even in my area, it's been a little bit warmer than usual. And I don't know. I'm nervous about this year. Besides the fact I still haven't started anything. But before we get into that, let me welcome everyone to Gardening Plus with Joy and Healy. I am Healy and she is Joy. We're two coast to coast gardeners sharing our beyond the basics experiences, intermediate knowledge, and advanced antics. Watch the Chiron at the bottom of the screen for important information and feel free to exchange ideas, tips, and tricks with each other in the chat and with us. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yep. All right. Let me introduce myself. I am in New York, Garden Zone 6B. I utilize all manners of gardening styles, in-ground, raised beds, containers, indoor growing for sure. And I also have a flock of chickens that I finally counted properly because I was always missing something. So I'm 14 chickens, 2 roosters, 12 hens for today. That is the count.
Wow.
Current weather is a heat wave. It is so hot. My children are like, shorts, woohoo! And I'm like, okay. Oh, it's so hot out. It's going to be in the 80s. Definitely today. It'll probably be like close to 90s tomorrow, which is so bizarre. And the nights are in the nice 60s, 60-degree temperature. Awesome. But then it is going to, go back to normal spring next week, which I am so glad because I am not ready for this heat wave. Yeah. Not my clothing closet, not my plants, nothing.
Well, you know what? And diagonally, and like almost diagonally opposite the side of the country, I am in Southern California, Zone 10B/11A, and the winters are mild here. Joy is actually warmer than us now. But we're in like the upper 70s, lower 80s in my area, but that's about it. I mean, anything above, I would say like 84 is considered an extreme heat wave for us. But our summers are warm, our winters are mild. We don't get a lot of rain. Our best chances of rain are between November and February. And that doesn't mean it rains all throughout that period. That's just our best chances. We can go 6+ months without one drop of rain, but those conditions are perfect for year-round gardening. So I've been gardening at this current location for about 9 years. I have a small suburban backyard garden, and I do buckets, nursery pots, raised beds. I've added grow bags again because I used them before I stopped and then I use them again. I have a lot of fruit trees in containers, but besides 3 fruit trees that I have in the ground, everything else is above ground. So like I said, buckets, raised beds, nursery pots, solo cups, you name it. It's above ground here for me in Southern California, Zone 10B/11A.
Awesome. Yeah, the rain. I'm a little bit bummed that we haven't had much. It's supposed to be April showers, right? Bring May flowers. And we have not had it. And I'm kind of scared that we might be facing some kind of drought situation here, but it's still early. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself too much. But so far, because there are some plants like seeds, particularly if you just scatter sow, you expect April particularly to just like do the work for you.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, come on. Now I have to go drag out my hoses. I'm not ready to do that yet.
That's right. I mean, and we were supposed to get rain. Today is Tuesday. We were supposed to get rain last Thursday. Then it was Friday. Then it was Saturday. Then it was Sunday. and we had an opportunity for Monday. And guess what? It didn't rain any
Mm.
days in my area. So I broke my neck. Like for the past 4 years, I almost did break my neck, but
Oh no.
sorry. That's where the antics and the shenanigans come in. But I was rushing, trying to do yet more of the background, behind the scenes work, hoping to take advantage of some rain. And I'm so glad that I did not actually sow the seeds because it is
Yeah.
bone dry outside. And like you said, I would have had to drag the hose trying to water. Y'all, this garden is going to be my 2026 garden is probably not going to start until May. And I'm still going to put cool season seeds in the ground because y'all know how I do.
That's right.
Always testing the limits, but that's how I do.
All right. All right. Let's just say hi to a few people. We've got Shawnee Gross. Hi, hi.
Hi, Shawnee.
We've got MJ Neck,
Hi,
my lovely
MJ.
supporter.
Mhm.
And we've got Robin Gross from Chicagoland.
Hi, Rob.
Yep, she's got that hot weather too.
See, 80 degrees. Wow. In
Yeah, the storm
Chicago.
warnings are touch and go. You might get them, you might not.
Hmm.
So you hope you get them. But then if it's like a storm, then it's just like this bucket drop of water that just like
Right.
decimates the
Unless
area.
you have a greenhouse or you have,
Right.
some type of covering or whatever over your plants. Like you
Mhm.
want the rain, but not necessarily the wind and like the crazy weather. You just
Yeah.
want the rain.
Right. Nice
Hmm.
droplets, showers. I want showers, not deluge.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
Wow.
gotta like do the whole clothing changes every other second. It's like, what am I
Hmm.
wearing now? And then it's chilly and it's hot and it's chilly again. Oh, what a mess. All right. We have a special guest for you today. It is in continuing with the series of resiliency in the garden, where we sprinkle in guests throughout the season who
Hmm.
have experienced setbacks in their lives, but somehow the garden is their go-to, and it keeps them going and it keeps them their soul lifted. So our guest for today is Audrey. Let me bring her up. Hey, Audrey.
Hello. So good to be here.
So nice
Hi,
to
how
have
you
you.
doing?
Good. Yeah, Joy, I haven't seen you for like a year and a half live.
Please,
So it's
yes,
nice to have another conversation with you.
yes,
And
definitely.
Healy, lovely to meet you.
Same here. Thank you so much, Audrey.
My
So,
pleasure.
so Audrey, you had quite the tumble there. Close to
Yes.
2 years now, probably. When?
Yeah, it's a good year. Year in this no, 2 years in December.
Mm-hmm.
So still like not
Okay.
quite a year and a half.
Yeah.
But before that, just I'm gonna give you a very quick
Yes.
history.
So,
Please. Yes.
I developed MS late 30s, and by like mid 40s, it was becoming more of an issue in my life. So I had to start working through some of that to keep my
Hmm.
gardening world going because that those two things don't always mix well. So I had learned how to do a lot of things more out of the fact that I'm a very strong-willed human being. And if somebody kind of tells me nope, I think, I'm not sure I'm buying that right out the gate.
Hmm.
So we're going to see if there's another way to do that. So fast forward that to December of 2025. At that point, I was already in a wheelchair full time, which my husband and I had figured out. We knew what what the day looked like, how this was going to all roll. Pun intended. Uh, but I fell from a ramp onto the concrete, and I broke both my femurs. And Well, that's been a whole different ball of wax because that's not just, let's kind of get around this and see. This has been a life changing event for sure. And part of it is that my knees are not healing, the bones are not healing. So that just layers another piece on this. However, I still garden because I
Fantastic.
love it. Because and like you said, it brings joy to my soul. And I think we got to have something that does that. Or why do we get up in the morning?
Right.
Right? Or why are so many people that are physically incapacitated so angry or so sad? It's like you got to keep some stuff in your life that you love. You just got to do it. So that's been what I've been doing.
Awesome. And where are you gardening? I forgot to ask you. Where are you located?
Oh, I'm in Detroit. Well, I'm in suburban Detroit, so I'm like 10 minutes from Detroit.
Okay.
But right on one of the main drags out here.
Yeah.
So I garden in my backyard, but it's my whole backyard. So full of raised beds and in-ground beds, pots, you name it. I'll try growing something in it.
Awesome.
So
Can you tell us some of your experience? Well, just because you mentioned, in-ground beds, I'm sure you like the metal raised beds and the wooden raised beds. Do you have both?
no, I just have wooden because we kind of erected everything just before, all those cool metal galvanized looking beds came out.
Yeah.
And my husband is a former woodworker
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, so he built all these. So
Oh, wow.
it was fun for him, and it was great for me to just supervise.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's the best part.
Yes, so it was very nice.
So do you have them, are they different heights? Do you have like some?
Oh yes, my beds are higher than most for sure. I think the shortest is probably about 32 inches high. The other one's a little higher. It's almost a little too high because I'm not very tall, even outside the chair. So that was a little. Those were a little high for me, but they're fine. They're wonderful. Yeah.
So what are you growing now? Like, so we're April, Detroit. Like, what's your weather like right now, and what are you growing?
Well, today it will be 77.
Nice. It's warm weather.
Everybody, I think, just and I'm saying Robin is here, and her and I talk often, and seems like whatever weather she's getting in Chicago, I get it about a day later.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna have some hot stuff coming.
Yep.
But we've been very cold, a very cold winter. But now it's rainy and warm.
Okay.
So I'm like you guys. It's April. Bring it. Like I'm like you. I don't want to run water around. Let's let the skies give us water, please. And they're not really doing that.
Right. Thanks,
So-
G Mama, for sharing.
So
All right.
what do you? Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. So what do you have in your garden right now, or is it bare, or are you already have stuff out, or do you have an enclosed space?
I have
where
some
you
stuff
also
out
grow?
right now. I've pulled the trigger on. I like snap peas and snow peas, so I put those out because I figured I don't have to I don't have to shell those. That kind of
Yeah.
makes me very pleased.
Mhm.
I have spinach and arugula. Asparagus obviously is already out, but I have an a boatload in my grow. I have a grow room here,
Mhm.
and so I have kind of all the brassica family that I wish to grow this year going, and they look great. Uh, what else am I growing in there? A lot of herbs, a lot of onions. I have a bunch of onions ready to go in. So I'm kind of playing devil's advocate with the weather right now.
Mhm.
I'm going to get things hardened off to a point where, okay, they're going to do okay. But then I'm going to plant them earlier than I know is smart. But I'm going to cover them with shade cloth
Mm.
Yeah.
and play the shade cloth game for about half a week or so, just to kind of let them all settle in. And then it's going to be, you're a plant. This is where you belong. So, do it or don't do it. But yeah, I don't want to keep pulling them in and out.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I don't do
Mhm.
that. I have a lovely friend who works for me who helps
Mhm.
with all so she's kind of like my arms and legs when I can't get it done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I am most grateful for her. And she's
Mhm.
becoming quite the gardener on her own.
Ah, great.
So I like next generation gets it, right? I
Yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
What was my question was, did you have like initially, I guess, after you you were already down and then now you were down again, or did you have like that momentary like, I guess, depression is the word for it, like
Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness. And other thing is when you break your legs, particularly your femurs, the pain. And I've had 3 babies without, epidurals.
mhm.
So I'm not unfamiliar with pain.
Right.
However, this stuff, so I was on pretty heavy medication for almost a month, 6 weeks, just to get through so I could begin to like engage. And so I don't have many memories of that time.
Mhm.
I but I do recall always being in pain. So I am quite sure I was very depressed. Actually, I saw a counselor after we went to Europe during that time,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I still look back and I go, how insane. What I was obviously out of my mind. Uh so I did see a counselor when we got back from there
Oh, okay.
because I thought,
Mhm.
okay, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Yeah, we had a lovely time. It was not, you know, the best of worlds, but it was beautiful to see Scotland and England and all the UK. My parents were from there, so that was a lot of family vacations for me. So it's nice to be back and see it and notice how many cobblestone roads there were, which are not wheelchair friendly. Uh, I thought, wow, was it really like this? And I'm like, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But,
You know what though, but thank goodness though for counselors, and I think that that's very important. And sometimes it takes courage,
Mm.
to get to the point to go see a counselor, but I think that they can be, very helpful, especially if
oh,
that's something that you're open to.
yeah, very instrumental because I noticed I had some reactions to really loud noises. And I don't know if when I felt when my, bones were cracking, if that's what I heard.
Oh, wow.
And I live with a man who he's loud. He just is loud. So if he's, doing the dishes, like we all know, Kevin's doing the dishes. So I thought these noises are making me nuts. And I've lived with this man a long time, so I'm thinking that's not changing. So I need to figure out how to live with very loud noises and be okay. So that's what we got through, was kind of dissociating that from what had happened. And great weeks I spent with that man. I am always an advocate of you take care of yourself in whatever way you need to, because then you can offer yourself to someone else and say, I can be here with you. I get it. Or even if I don't get it, I can be here with you, because I know what that means sometimes for someone just to sit with you and listen. I don't have to fix anybody, right? But I can also go, hey, there might be some people that really could help. And, here's some groups that I've used. I'm a big advocate of that. Absolutely.
I, for one, was rooting for you to go on your trip, because, we had heard you were going, you were so excited, and then you had this setback, and we're like, no. And then when you said you were still going, we were like, oh, thank God. Because I knew that, it would take your mind off of it and stuff like that. And obviously all the other things you were going to experience. Question though, do you find that part of the world more or less friendly with the wheelchair like access than here?
No.
Yeah.
Not even close. Not even close. I don't know that I'll return. Let's put it that way. And again, that's where like my ancestors came from. Like I can go to their graves. I mean, this is where they're from. But I'm not sure I will ever, because everything was built in like the Middle Ages. And so it's not like, oh, let's just put an addition on here. No, there's another building right there. So it's and there's no what is it, 88 over there.
That's what I was gonna say. They may not, other countries or other places may not have the ADA like regulations and requirements and stuff like we do here.
Right, and they don't. But you can tell some places try. Or you'll call and go, are you accessible wheelchair? Oh yeah, and you go and it's only like a little step. And I'm like, and that's
how about no step?
I know, they're like, they're just 2 little steps. We'll help. I'm like, no, you won't. Anyway, we loved it, but yeah, I don't think I'll be back there. I'm not sure Europe is going to be my best place to go. I think the US, honestly, very disability friendly.
So are you thinking about any kind of like, I don't know, cross country road trip or around the US in 80 days or
Well, we have done, my husband and I are both big national parks people.
Yes.
So we have done several trips where it's just national park to national park, and they're very, very friendly for wheelchairs.
Imagine that.
I know, like incredibly friendly. But we did it one year, and that's the year there was a government shutdown that year, which I didn't even realize was like on the docket. So I think I was getting ready for the trip, blah, blah. We get to our first hotel and it was like, oh yeah, the government shut down. I said, what does that mean? Well, this park we're at, we can't get in tomorrow. What?
So you did the whole, all the traveling and the hotel and everything. So did you do something else?
We tried to, which turned out to be quite a trip. But but it was just, we got to see a lot of local, we got to know the locals,
Right.
which a lot of times you don't get to do when you're visiting like a
Yeah.
state park
Right.
or a national park. So we had a lot of fun. It was just it was a different trip,
Yeah.
but it was very fun.
Cool. Yeah, sometimes you make the most memories out of the things that are unplanned, so it all works
Well,
out.
that for sure was one of those trips.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I just had a real quick question. So when you go to the national parks or I don't know, even if you go to like your local botanical garden or something like that, do you find inspiration in those places that you bring back to your garden? Or is it just totally separate? You know, hey, I went to this national park, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, but when you get back to your garden, you're like, okay, you know, I want to do like this different thing. Or I already have the layout of what I want my garden to look like. I'm just wondering, you know, because national parks, you know, just the natural beauty, do you bring any of that back to your garden?
That's a really good question. Part of it with national parks, they're so big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our last one that we just were at before the whole UK thing was the Grand Canyon, which that was one we'd never
Oh,
been to.
wow. Yeah.
Breathtaking,
Mm-hmm.
but so big, you lose all sense of how big is that down there. And then
Mm-hmm.
you see a person walking, and you're like, "That's an ant. That's not a person."
And
I
yeah.
mean, because everything is so, it's just so big.
Mm-hmm.
What I take back from what I see in those places are colors and shapes. Because I don't always think I could replicate that. And particularly
Mm-hmm.
for like the Grand Canyon, I can't grow what they grow down there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't get that kind of heat as long as they get it. Right. And their winters are, I think, reasonably more mild than mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say that. I can't quote what they're, because I think the Grand Canyon go over more than one state. I see, I should know that. We've already been there, but I can't tell you that. Yeah. So that's more how I think
Mm-hmm.
anyway, is shapes and colors. And
Yeah.
yeah, my
All I
background.
do is steal the rocks and bring it to my yard.
Well, I did get yelled at once uh, for stealing a rock. I think it was on a tundra,
Uh-huh.
would
Mm-hmm.
doubly pissed everybody off.
Oh no.
And I was like, oops, sorry. But I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, I respect the tundra now.
I wouldn't mind like, succulents, let's say. Those are easy, like they fall off the ground and, you could pick that up and like regrow it inside.
Right. And I do, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to be tracked by, what is it, the federal whatever. I don't know. It's a lot in the wind right now, so I'm just going to stop talking.
All right. So I know your son helps you once in a while out in the garden. Has
he?
Well,
won't go that far.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of the anti-gardener.
Oh, what?
Yeah, no, he just thought it'd be fun. I know he blamed me.
Oh.
That was the day my youngest daughter was getting married, so he was just doing a garden, and he doesn't know what anything's called, and he would just read the signs I had up. But yeah, he's not really a gardener.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know that any of my kids are.
Oh.
So I have one that lives in San Francisco, one lives in Chicago, and one lives in Houston. And I don't think any of them are gardeners. So
But there's still time. There's still time.
this is true. They're not that old, but they're getting there. Time it
Robin,
ticks. What?
Robin gave us an answer on the Grand Canyon, and I put a quick chat question for those of you who may want to participate. So Robin says the Grand Canyon stays within Arizona borders, but goes to Utah border, 277 miles long. I wonder how much of that is like park accessible, and that, or is it just a fraction of that's the Grand Canyon park? And then the chat question I just was asking, if anybody else just do you take any inspiration from nature into planning or designing or growing in your garden? And I would just to answer the question for myself, I have lived in many different growing zones, and I try to pull things. I think that's why I'm always trying to, like go against the grain and just like test just the edges of growing, because even though I'm in a really good growing zone here in Southern California, I lived in Hawaii. So that's why I have the banana trees. And I know you can grow banana trees in Southern California in most microclimates. But when I was in Hawaii, I had many banana plants. They're not trees, they're plants. So that's why I have the two banana plants I have. I also have hibiscus, new hibiscus cuttings, because the plant that I had a couple years ago, it got too cold here. Being a very tropical plant, it got too, and it doesn't get cold here, but it got just cold enough, to kill the plant. If you can tell, I like tropical. I like tropical, warm. I like beach. I like ocean. And
Well,
so I kind of,
Hawaii'd be perfect,
yes,
right?
yes.
I mean, that's
I did. I loved it there. I lived there for quite some time, and I did not want to leave. But I believe God puts us where He wants us to be, like at the time. And I had my time in Hawaii, and He was like, okay, now I want you in California. And I was like, I want to say I was like, okay, but I can't say at the moment. I was like, yeah, let's leave Hawaii, But I am learning to grow where I have been transplanted.
Right.
And I'm making the most of it. But also I have a cherry tree, and that's from some of the cooler regions and areas where I've lived, but I've chosen the cherry trees with the lower chill hour requirements. So that's how I'm able to get get cherry trees here. I have a mini royal. I'm looking at it right now. It is planted in the ground, and it's actually doing a second flush of flowers,
nice.
which is a surprise. But I'm thinking, the more flowers, the more cherries. So
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Going back to the Grand Canyon, just to finish it off, it is a vast majority owned by National Park Service. I imagine if you're like a hiker or a camper, certain parts are more accessible to you than if you're just, someone looking. And
I was
doing
going to
that
say,
kind of thing.
definitely they're big, would they be attractions? They have definitely got appropriate things around them. For hiking and stuff, I think I never was a hiker, even back when I could have been. So I never really checked any of that out. But I imagine there's probably something there. But I was just very impressed with how well they did it. So once I got on an appropriate road, there was never, oh, you have to go up these 12 stairs.
Right.
I never met that. It got us to where we were going.
Nice.
So that was lovely. Yeah.
All right. How about, let's see. Well, you already had the infrastructure. How about irrigation? Did you have to do it? You've already set up irrigation. You're all good with that?
We had set that up just prior to the knee thing happening because we're going to be gone for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't just want to leave things, and see what happened. Although it was April, the month was April.
Oh, okay.
So if I was going to leave it for a month, that probably
was a
was
good
a good month to leave it. But yeah, we have irrigation on all of it, which was a large expense, but given my situation, I can control it all with my phone, and it helps me still feel like that's my garden.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think is important. Even though some of us are going to need more help than others, I'm still the creator behind this garden, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's nice that, your phone can now be, your camera and your water and maybe some other technological thing you have in your garden. That's a good time.
Because I have those green stalks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know about those?
Yes.
Well, I happen to have irrigation on those too, because they started selling irrigation for them
a
few years later. Well, to me, the only problem with green stalks is that you have to water them every day. And if it's really hot, you should be watering them twice a day. So I figured out how to do that. I run it for 5 minutes every morning. And then if it's in one of those desert heat spells, I run it again in the afternoon.
Okay.
And they do really well. Nice. But back in the day, holy moly. Yeah. It's a lot of hand watering.
And I know that they do. So they have those irrigation, kind of systems now. And I thought about it that they are specifically made for the green stalk, except my growing spaces are so spread out, and I only have one spigot on, I only have one spigot. So it's on one side of the house in my backyard, but I have stuff growing, like all over. So even that irrigation system that's specifically made for the green stalk, I don't think that it would work for me. So I do have to, I have to hand water. I've tried a few other things, like the sprinkler that has the different, I don't know, like the different heads, and you can get it to swirl around, but it still doesn't touch everything. I still have to go out, and hand water the different spaces. Maybe one day I'll find an irrigation system that works with everything, so I can get a system that will work with, one section or another section or another section. But I'm looking for a whole garden system, and I haven't found that yet, and not at something that I would be like, well, my purse wouldn't just like jump out of my lap.
No, I get it.
I'm still looking though.
Yeah, and we have, our bed irrigations work off our lawn irrigation system, and the green stalks work off the spigot on the outside of the house, because they're just very different pressures and different.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be bothered trying to figure out how to attach all that green stalk to our underground, because I run that longer than I would run the stuff to the green stalk, because it's a different need.
Yeah.
But yeah, we use a splitter at the spigot, so we get one thing that goes to the green stalk, and then one thing I still have a hose, because sometimes you just need a hose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just to wash your face off.
Yeah, whatever. And sometimes this doesn't get as watered as you want, so you got to drag the hose over anyway.
Right.
But that's part of the fun.
Yeah. So Robin brings up an idea, planting plants that don't require you as much which kind of takes the fun out of it sometimes. But have you thought about, more naturalized plantings, more perennials, maybe even biennials?
I think that's more an age piece for me. I'm finding myself moving more towards perennials because I don't have to plant them every year.
Right.
Well, I just always remember being like, how old are you that you don't want to plant annuals because they're so pretty?
I know.
But now I kind of get it. I go, oh, I see. You just want to appreciate the beauty of it without, living in there for a month trying to get it all in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm open more to that. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. I'm open more to that, Robin.
And she's asking, how do you fertilize the green stalks? She's having issues.
Oh, I dumped some Neptunes. It's fish emulsion.
Fish and kelp? Yeah.
Yeah, kelp and seaweed or something.
Right.
And I pour some in, and then I let the irrigation run.
And how often?
Probably every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Which is
that's something I need to get better at too.
Yeah, this year I want to grow some really shamefully beautiful onions.
Oh, it's the onions. Let me go back.
Like so big that people are like, how did you grow that? And I'd like to go, oh, because I fertilize every 2 weeks. No, I would love to have some bragging rights, but never have had those. But
how was your germination on your onions?
Oh, they're great. I bought them.
Oh.
Okay. I bought starts from Dixondale.
Gotcha.
But I did start I did start my shallots, spring onions, leeks. I did start all those, but I decided for the other ones, they give you such a good price on them, and they come to you quite large.
Right.
They're like a solid onion. So I'm like, that just feels more like I could do that for a year.
I've seen people do videos though on the Dixondale onions and stuff, and almost everybody, I don't know if I've ever like seen or heard of a negative review. Like everybody has so much positive things to say.
They are, and here's what happened this year. This year, I ordered 4 different onions, and I've ordered from them for over a decade. Like they're just my place. So kind, so helpful. And I got 4 onion plants, but only one of them was right.
Oh.
And I thought, is this Dixondale? That's not possible. So I called them, and they were so kind. And they were like, I can't believe we did that. Oh my goodness. And I think they're down south. But she kept calling me honey and sweetheart. And I was that
sounds like something. I'm from Louisiana, so I know, that sounds like
just go for it. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. She goes, so you just give those away or you just do whatever. We're sending 4 new ones to you. So it wasn't like they even wanted the ones back that I said, I've already got one. We'll just send you a whole new. So everything's at the same level. And I thought, well, aren't you just. So anyway, I love that company.
See, yeah. And you were talking about, and we were talking about green stalks and stuff like that. And I cannot remember this lady's YouTube channel, but she grew onions in her green stalk. And I mean, she like 1 onion per green stalk. And when I tell you, it filled the entire pocket.
Nice.
One of them, she couldn't even get it out because
the
bulb had grown so big. And I cannot remember her channel name. I'm not sure where she's growing. I can see her face because she has probably 20 green stalks, but she also has wooden raised beds. She
Oh, I know that
has
lady.
like a kind of inside space, I think, where she does her starts. Yeah, she the onions, and I was like, oh my, could I ever grow an onion? I mean, and I'm just trying to think of like what she said. I don't know if she did like put a granular fertilizer in the soil mix to start, and then did maybe like a liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks or so,
That's
or
kind of what
something
I
like that.
do.
But she, oh my, I mean, when I tell you they filled, and of course the ones at the top were the largest, but as she got down, because the sunlight trying to hit
Sure.
the bottom pockets, those were a little bit smaller, but I would have taken any of the onions that she grew in a green stalk. And that's a goal. That's a goal for me. I want to be a green stalk onion gardener.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've liked my result, not like that, but I've liked the results I've had with the green stalk onions. So I'm going to do it again this year and hoping for even better.
Now, was that from seed or was that from bulbs or starts?
I do seeds.
Seeds, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seed. And
It's
so
just,
do you direct so the seed straight into the green stalk, or do you start it and
I,
then
yeah, I started
uh-huh.
in January and maybe even December. I'm trying to like go as early as possible to see if that's
Mm-hmm.
really what's making a difference in the bulbing size. Plus
Yeah.
getting on the fertility, which I think is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
I think it is. And so I'm gonna try that. Of course I'm gonna do some now, even though it is so way late, like it's ridiculous. I'm gonna do it anyway. But when I get to the late, like the October, November, well, probably, well, for us really it should be January, but I think I'm gonna do probably start in November with
Yeah,
onion seeds,
right.
and then I'm gonna put them in my green stalk. I have garlic. I have one green stalk that's full of garlic now. It's 7 tier. It's the leaf, so the
Uh-huh.
small, the short, but it's all, what's that, 7 times 42 pockets of garlic. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I used some mulch that I got from Tractor Supply. And I was like, yeah, mulch, it'll help me. Mulch is good. I have more grass
Oh no.
that have grown from out of there. And I had to go through and try, because once I realized what was going on, because those of you
Yeah.
who may know, I went home to Louisiana for a month, and I came back and I was like, man, that sure is a lot of garlic. No, it was the grass. It was the grass, that had grown up from the
Oh,
mulch. And I was so mad because big bold letters on the bag, 99%, weed free and seed free and all of this kind of stuff. Well, I must have got the 1%, you know. So I picked out the grass or whatever. I still left it there because I'm so upset. But the garlic is doing okay. I'm gonna say okay. I planted 2 to 3 cloves like per pocket. But it's so much grass I had to pick out. But just like with the lady with the onions, the ones at the bottom, are the slowest growing, the smallest ones. And I think it's just because, trying to get the sun to hit that that just right angle on the bottom pockets. But I mean, I don't, it's whatever size I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna eat
Right.
it.
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
So Audrey, what's your favorite veg this season? Or always?
Oh, this year it's rapini.
Rapini.
Oh
What?
wow.
Yes. I've just been like in love with it.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I don't know that I would have said that 5 years ago, but right now I want it with every dinner.
Wow.
I know that says a lot. Like,
Are you
wow.
growing that much?
Oh, I'm not eating mine yet.
Okay.
It won't. But it. What seed did I just order? Rapini, because I
Yeah.
thought that is a super spring. I can get that out right now. So as soon as that gets here, that's going right in the garden. Because it's like slightly bitter.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like,
See,
really?
I know, I love it.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm just going with it.
but you know what? To me, it's a way to kind of add the benefits or the properties
Right.
of the bitters, but still, you know what? It's
Yeah.
more palatable
Mhm.
because we need bitters. We do.
Yes, that's true.
They're nasty, but you know we need them.
And as our body is aging, yeah, it requires different things. So our taste buds are also evolving with that.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe your body
I
wants something that the rapini is providing. So that's cool.
I'm loving them.
I tried them like 2 years ago, and I'm like, no, not for me.
Maybe you can mix it with other
Yeah,
vegetables and try to, you know.
drown it with other things.
She said drown it. But you know what though, if that would help you, because there's some vegetables and stuff that I would not be called dead eat. I would never, never. But then I had them prepared in a different way, like
Right.
had them baked in the oven
Okay.
or roasted or you know whatever, just prepared different from what you would normally have them. And I'm like, you know what, let me take a second look at this.
Yeah.
All right. I know Healy is pressed on time. Let me just go through some of her show and tell for us, and then we'll get back to Audrey, and I'll have a little show and tell for Audrey.
I appreciate
Healy,
that.
what is this about? Tell us.
Okay, we're gonna here is the shenanigans. This is now you started off with the one where and Audrey, when we get on these live streams, so Joy is the nice balanced Zen master of the garden. I am the cat out of the bag with just all over the place. But I went to Tractor Supply yesterday. And I've been waiting for the big box stores to put their soil on sale. Not the 0.75 cubic feet of Miracle Grow, not the, 50,000 colors of mulch, not that. Like the all the garden soil. I need to be on sale. And they haven't been doing it. So I was at Tractor Supply, which is like an almost hour drive away. But I'm like, let me just
Aren't
see
they
what
from
they have.
like everyone? How is it an hour away from everyone? You would think it would be near someone too. I've never heard it being
It's
near
not.
to someone.
I have to drive. It's 50 minutes to about an hour, it depending on what time I go. So this potting, and that's how they got me too, because I was looking for soil to put in my 15-gallon containers. And I'm like, okay, yeah, potting and planting mix, all great for potted, vegetables. Yes. And so it was $9.99 a bag, but buy one, get one 50% off. I'm like, okay, so I bought 4 bags. And I think all stores should be required to like just bust open one bag. I think each store could sacrifice one bag.
There's always
Of each thing, but of course there was none. So I get home and I had to take a picture of this because I was so steamed. So the top right picture is how it looks as soon as I just sliced the bag and opened it. I was already mad. I was like, this is trash. This is trash. And then I sifted it. Underneath that, the bottom right picture is a 1/8 inch 1/8 inch mesh, so very small, right? But I wanted to see what I had, and you can see that is like 99.9% just wood chips and bark and just
perlite.
and when I say trash, I don't, because sometimes trash means literally like plastic and glass and all that kind of stuff. But for me, trash is anything not the soil.
Right.
And I'm like, what are these companies' definitions of soil? Okay, I'm spending too much time on this picture. But anyway, don't get this potting soil. After sifting like 1/3 of the first bag, because remember I bought 4 bags. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. So I just took the whole bags. I divided them amongst the 10 15-gallon pots. And so this is just at the bottom. And then I'll have my sifted and amended soil mix that I'll make much better quality that I'll put at the top, for to plant. But that don't just don't, unless you want to feel like the bottom of a raised bed, or just the bottom of, or if you're mixing it 50-50 in your native soil or something like that. But just never again.
Anyway, all right, something more pleasant.
This is my apple tree. So I have
Yeah.
a Fuji apple tree. This is one of the 3 trees that I have in the ground. And I was talking on the phone with my dad, and I was like, oh, I have a good amount of apples. Well, I started looking around, and I was like, no, I have a lot of apples. There are probably already at least 75 to 80 apples on this tree. Of course, they're small. You can see I have a couple that are like golf ball size already, but these are way too many apples. And what I should do is pick some of the apples off.
Yeah.
But
Thin
if
it
you know
out.
me, if you know me, if
That's
if
hard.
you watch any of my backyard shenanigans garden videos, if it is green, I can't. Beside the grass that grew out of the mulch, I yanked that out. But y'all, I can't. I know I should do it, but Audrey, I can't.
I know that selective stuff is tough.
I can't
Like,
do it.
yeah, pick the ones you want to keep. No, I'm gonna let
I
nature
want
do
all of
that.
them.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if they're small, like, that's okay. This is just a picture of some other stuff I have going on in that's the kind of like the top left, the tomato. I think that's Tiny Tim, which is a volunteer from last year. The bottom left, that eggplant is at least 3 years old.
Wow.
I didn't include the picture of the eggplants. I had to pull off of them because it got like too hot. It wasn't being watered, like the time that I left. So I have like 3 or 4 like yellow eggplants. Those are Black Beauty. So of course yellow is not the right color. So I picked those off. I, picked off all of the dead leaves. When I tell you, this eggplant has been literally branches with 0 leaves, like negative leaves, and I thought it was 100% dead. But I left it, and it grew some of the most beautiful eggplant. I have not refreshed the soil, fertilized, like nothing. So I was thinking about pulling it up, y'all, and just starting over, but I can't. I cannot do it. The top middle is a parsley that is in like a 3-inch cup, but
Yeah.
the cup is sitting in like the Dollar Tree black buckets, like the 2.5-gallon buckets. This was a mistake almost 3 years ago. So I was doing stuff, and I put the parsley in the cup and just like sat it to the side because I was doing other stuff. And like days and weeks passed by, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then I went back to pull the parsley, to move the cup. Well, the roots had grown into the bucket, and it's probably been almost 3 years. There's the parsley, and it just keeps
Beautiful.
I
coming
was
back.
gonna say it looks very happy there.
Yeah.
I cut off, you can see like the brown, like I cut that off and just sat it in the bucket. It'll just be nourishment, once it breaks down. But that parsley will not quit, and I just don't have the heart to put. So it's gonna be permanently, as long as it will grow and be green and flourish. It's normally about 4 or 5 times that size. I'm gonna leave it there. Underneath that is a plumeria. I recently just relocated and repotted that. This is a 24-inch nursery pot, and I think the heat and the weather got to the edges, and it kind of broke, but the whole pot itself is really good. Hashtag waste not, want not. So I'm saving that. The top right is, I believe this is either Sun Gold or Sun Sugar. And those tomatoes that's in my hand, yeah, I ate those. Very good. Very sweet. Just the slightest little tartness, but sweet. Very, very good. And then at the bottom is a snake plant that I had somewhere else. So I'm moving a lot of stuff around, just trying to reorganize, make things more clear and open because I'm feeling kind of crowded. Hence the area. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you know what we call snake plants up here?
What?
Mother-in-law's tongue.
Yep.
Oh, mother-in-law's tongue. Okay.
Puts a whole new spin on it.
Yep.
Mother-in-law's tongue. Does it, because is it sharp? Is
it your mother-in-law is?
Yeah. I'm gonna see how the snake plant works in this area, because the area that I moved it to, it is more sun. I had it in a place that was more shade. I don't know if they like the more sun. But I'm gonna see.
Yeah, they're indoor plants for us.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah.
You know what? And it's probably supposed to be indoors, but that's not a soilless medium. So, and I can't inside. I can't. not right now. And I'm just this last picture right here. These are my 2 banana plants. And if you can see at the bottom right hand side, I just clipped off like the bottom leaves. I normally have about 4 or 5 leaves at a time. That's it. So when I get 7, 8, whatever, I shouldn't have never let it get that long, but I only allow like 4 or 5 leaves to grow on each tree. And if you look at the bottom right, I have a pup that's growing. But I'm gonna let it get obviously a little bit taller because it's only about 6 inches. It's only about 6 inches tall. And then the top is just my newfound just hobby, just dragon fruit. I have dragon fruit everywhere. Dragon fruit. So I have those 2 trellises that you see like up at the top. So there's 4 varieties in each of those. So that's 8 varieties. I think I have 13 varieties. And some of them, like Alice Snow, is a very prolific and fast grower. And I'm constantly, trimming and cutting off because Alice Snow is just, the growth is ridiculous. So I have like 5 more varieties down at the bottom in those strawberry trays and then those 1-gallon pots. And I'm just, yeah. And behind that is just some citrus, and on the right side is a nectar plum. Like the whole top of the tree is pretty dead. It's not looking good at all. But you can see I have a lot of leaves, and stuff on the nectar plum is looking good. I don't have any fruit yet. My peach tree that I didn't show pictured, it is full of leaves when I thought that was dead about 2 years ago, but it is full of leaves. It also has many peaches on it that I also should, kind of pick and prune because some of them are in bunches. But Audrey, again, I can't do it. Look, Robin says, be strong and do it. I can't. I can't. I can't do it.
But at some point you do need to do that. It's horrible. I'm not disagreeing
like you
with
said,
you.
I'm gonna let nature.
I know.
One season, season, I'm gonna be able to do it. But I just, oh my God, I can't. It gives me, I can't.
Once you do it, you'll find you can do it.
Right. Gotta take the first step.
Just take one off.
All right, next year. Next year. But I just thank you so much, Joy, for having me. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you, Audrey. I'm definitely going to subscribe to your channel. I want to see more of everything that you're doing in your garden. I want to see some of these trips and all of this traveling and moving around, you moving and shaking. Thank you so much for being with us today. I have to leave right now, but y'all please keep it going because I'm getting ready to put it on my phone right now.
All right.
All right, Healy. So nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much. And as I always say, be safe, be well, and be blessed. Bye.
Bye.
All right. That was nice of Healy to show us some of her plants.
It was.
She had a few more, but she's run out of time. Whereas you, on the other hand, have been working on your own project. Let me try and pull it up. So you have a website, realfoodcomesdirty.com. Now, how
That looks familiar.
whose brainchild is this?
This is mine.
Yeah. When did you start the webpage?
Probably in 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to kind of, the problem is I have a lot more vision for it
Yeah, I see.
than I have things completed on it. So what I have done recently is gone through and made sure all the links work or they don't work.
Right.
So that you don't go somewhere that you don't get the, oh, this one doesn't work.
Right.
So yeah, so we have here on the front page just what I'm sewing now.
I like
And-
this one.
Yeah, and that goes right to a database.
Yep.
And
Oh.
I have the vision for having how to grow it, how to cook it, and how to preserve it in one place. Yeah, so this is a list of everything I have sewn
By date.
by date. Yep. And if
You're doing succession sewing, do you then go back and it'll come on the top part, or does it just?
no, it starts right in order.
Okay.
Yeah. So I find it really helpful, even as I'm doing it. I can't always remember
Yeah. Right.
everything. So it's really helpful for me even to go back and go, yep, those are done. You're right. Yeah, it helps keep me on track.
And I like the what was this? I pulled it up and I don't remember. So these are just more pictures, but it was the preserving.
Was it asparagus?
You had some recipes. Which
Oh,
one?
here we go. Yeah, some recipes.
So that's cool. So that's nice to be able to just go to a place and pick stuff up.
Yeah, and I'm trying trying to tighten it up a little bit so it's easy. And I'm trying now to make it so it's printable. So you don't have to, when you're trying to print off a web page that's not printable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get in every page to be printed.
Now, what does cowboy candy taste like? Because I hear everybody raving about it.
Oh, it tastes like buckets of deliciousness. It's really sweet and sour.
Okay.
But spicy, just a little hot, depending on,
right.
because you can play with, well, how many jalapenos are you putting in? How much sugar you're putting in?
Right.
So the things you have to watch is if you're canning it, you can't play around with some of these ingredients.
Gotcha.
But if you're not canning it, you can play around and just put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Because I think it'll last in the fridge maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make it in our fridge for 3 months, but it's very light and goes on. Once you eat it, you go, oh, that could go on. Oh, say everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just really nice.
Nice. Now I suggest like a picture. People like to see like
I know
a picture.
So I decided when I open my next one,
Mm-hmm.
I will photograph it.
Okay.
Because I don't want everything to be stock photos.
Yeah.
Although they're
There's
gorgeous.
one that didn't go anywhere. Okay.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, but I'd like it to be the actual photo.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Robin's agreeing that cowboy candy is the best.
Yep. It's got to be on my list for sure. All right. So is this website keeping you busy? Is it something you just pick up every now and then and tinker with?
I need to treat it that as more of a job that needs to just get done.
Oh, okay.
And it's not, tinkering
Right.
anymore. It's like, no, it's got to get done.
Okay.
Because those who have been there really like it. So I think, well, then it just has to get done.
Right.
So I put that on my list, and as long as I don't have physical therapy that day, I can do it. If I do have that, nope, we'll just wait for the next day. So yeah, and I am going to start picking up Instagram again,
Okay.
and YouTube will be next.
Mhm. Awesome.
I'm trying to like get these back in go mode,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Well, it's been very
So-
pleasant to see you on the Monday show of the Potty Mouth Gardening Club. Is that right?
Well,
Did I say
that never is dull. That's all I can say. Never dull.
A good group of individuals there.
Yeah, and it's an unexpected group because it's so different from the group we started with. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's a fun group of people.
Yeah.
So Joy, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you.
Oh, it's always lovely to talk to you.
We will do this more often. Robin,
Yes,
we'll
I
have
would
a
love
Robin
to.
show too.
Yes, yes. Yeah, Robin's always a pleasure to be with and talk to.
And one of these
Fountain of
days we'll get
knowledge.
together for real, in real life,
Yes.
outside of the screen.
Yes, somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Exactly. I've gone to England to meet people.
Exactly. You
So,
skipped
come
over
on.
us.
Yes, we can do that.
Awesome.
Okay. Well,
all right.
you all just have a great gardening season.
You as well. And I'll be looking at your website, keeping you on track.
Thank you.
And we will catch you on Monday. And I will drop those links later on when I finish the description of this chat so people can check you out and other places you frequent.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
All right. That was great chatting with Audrey and Healy, of course. And I will catch you all in about 2 weeks, probably. We'll do another gardening chat. If you would like to be a guest on our channel or our format here, please send us emails, comment in the comment box, however you want to reach us. This is my information scrolling at the bottom. I will pull up Healy's in a second here. And you can always go to the description or show more on your screen, and that will also take you to our information. And let's just let that scroll for a bit. Yeah, so if you ever want to join us, if you have any chat ideas you'd like to present, please leave us comments. We appreciate that very much. And other than that, thank you everyone who watched. Thank you everyone in the replay. We appreciate you very much. And I will talk to you again next time. So well harvest more. Bye.